So my name is Andy Laverick. I'm a Senior Technical Support at Auger.
I'm Michael Harty and I'm External Operations Manager for Auger.
So the customer is responsible for any leaks on a supply that's serving their property. This can be a partial responsibility if the leak is on a shared section, serving other properties as well as our customer.
If you have a single service with your own external stop tap that runs to only your property, you're responsible for repairing that leak up to your property boundary. There could be a range of issues associated with a burst water supply pipe. Generally, a customer will find out from their local water authority. They'll be given a high water bill or notification that they've got a leak. But the most common actual symptoms are a reduction in water pressure, or they may actually visibly be able to see a leak somewhere within their property boundary.
So the most challenging aspect can be getting the direct location on the leak itself. The leaks tend to be quite small on the older supplies, so we have a number of techniques that we can use to actually directly locate the leak.
If a leak's located on a driveway or in a front lawn, it's very simple really. Generally we can narrow that down quite easily and find it, repair the leak, retest the system and make sure there's no further issues. We inspect for water bursts in a variety of ways. The most common way is through audio detection. That's using either a ground microphone or using the most traditional method, which is a listening stick. That essentially is listening on the internal stop tap, the external stop tap, tracing the route of the pipe using a CAD scanner, and then excavating where the leak is heard loudest.
So normally the repair process involves replacing an isolated section of the old supply pipe. We'd always install what's called blue MDPE pipework. It's the modern material for the supply pipe. It doesn't tend to suffer from wear and tear, doesn't tend to gradually deteriorate. If we can't replace an isolated section, we'll do what's called moulding, which is when we excavate a launch and receive pit and then we mould in between them to bypass the leak. This is quite useful if we can't excavate directly onto the leak itself. If the leak's located internally, we'll always look at the most appropriate method of repair to avoid as much internal disruption to the customer as possible.
Typical cost of a repair on a water pipe can vary based on the circumstances, whether that be an internal leak, a leak externally, whether it's underneath the specialist surface. However, generally that will range somewhere between £600 to £900.